Sometimes in a world where there are billions and trillions of dollars of investment on the latest technology and all eyes focused on incrementing it to the next level and the next quarter of revenue, for example, in industry, we don't understand the value of long-term curiosity-driven research at the core fundamentals of the science and possibility.
We, as researchers, have a responsibility to be able to help tell those stories so that our tax-paying neighbors, the people ahead of us in line at the supermarket, our congressional staffers, there's a whole bunch of people that appreciate the benefits that come out of these long investments. Originally, the idea of the special issue was something that the National Science Foundation approached us about in order to celebrate the 75th anniversary of the National Science Foundation and also the 40th anniversary of the Directorate for Computer and Information Science and Engineering, or the SCIENCE Directorate, that I led for 4 years.
And just as we were getting ready to collect stories from different scientists that have contributed, particularly curiosity-driven research federally funded by the National Science Foundation, we learned of deep cuts to the NSF. This raised the urgency of what we were doing to tell those stories with clarity.
What can be hard about telling these stories is making a direct pinpoint connection between someone, for example, Professor Bartow, receiving funding and writing a textbook in the 1980s, to where we are today in terms of the global use of reinforcement learning. But it's really hard at the moment that the funding is supposed to arrive to say, trust me, in 40 years, something great will happen.
Universities are also incredible cauldrons of creativity because of the interdisciplinarity of scientists working across disciplines. I love the fact that Rich Sutton sought out Andrew Bartow. He knew what his core curiosities were. He understood his questions and wasn't thinking about the future of massive data centers. It was about, like, how does intelligence work?
In the 1990s, the National Science Foundation funded a set of investments called the Digital Libraries Project. And one of those investments went to a group at Stanford University. They had a PageRank algorithm for determining the quality of the information on that particular page, and so they could rank a search in an effective way. And actually, one of the fun things for me during the 4 years I was at the National Science Foundation was I got to go back into the archives and see the final report for that NSF funding, where they say in single sentence, they say, by the way, we started a little company this year. It's called Google.
The internet itself was a simple but powerful idea. The NSF aimed, in this case, at engineering new protocols for how we would communicate with each other, starting with the goal of we want to have scientists be able to work with one another.
I don't think anyone could have envisioned the degree to which the world would be fully connected today. But those investments were the roots of the full internet.
The whole approach to federally funded research programs in the United States has been built and refined over decades. How do we do peer review? How do we do merit-based assignment and prioritization of research topics? It's infrastructure, an ecosystem, and an ongoing set of learnings over decades. If we cut that down and shut it off, it will be hard to recover with ease to get back to where we were.
So what will happen? There will be drugs that won't be discovered. There will be people who will not have the medical treatments that they otherwise could have had. We will lose advantages in terms of how we communicate because we won't have the right kinds of information and data networking in place. We will lose on security. You need foundational research to really bolster it.
The model of federal funding of science and technology as a catalyst was uniquely American in 1950. But now it's become a model for the world. Federal funding of basic research has sparked and also sustained the modern technological revolution. It's not a cost to be cut. It's an investment in the future that has huge payoffs.